Welcome, an initiative by Kikewa College of Horticulture, Nasik, from Department of Soil Science. I, the Professor Ines Gogre, will going to deliver an audio-visual learning for students on topic
Fertility evaluation, methods of soil fertility evaluation. So let's start with what do you mean by soil fertility evaluation first. Okay. What do you mean by soil fertility evaluation? It is the assessment of nutrient supplying capacity of soil. Assessment of nutrient supplying capacity of soil. Soil fertility is the inherent capacity of soil to provide all essential nutrients in balanced and available form. And to assess these nutrients, it is called as soil fertility evaluation. Quickly start methods of soil fertility evaluation, which is going to be asked in your examination performance. Okay. Uh, there are three methods for evaluation of soil fertility. That is, first is known as a chemical method, biological method, and visual symptoms. Let's start with chemical methods. It is categorized into two: soil analysis and plant analysis. Soil analysis, first one is categorized for evaluation of total nutrients. Total nutrients means that is available nutrients and unavailable plant nutrients. It is assessment for available plus unavailable plant nutrients. Second one is for available nutrients only. That is known as rapid soil testing. And another method for plant analysis is total elemental analysis. Total elemental analysis means the uptake of nutrients that is present in plant is called as a total elemental analysis. Quickly, there are two methods: crop log technique and A-value technique. A-value technique particularly is a tracer technique to evaluate tracer elements that are present but don't show deficiency symptoms. And another is a tissue testing that is widely used in this setting. Okay, let's start about the second method, that is known as biological method. Biological method is categorized into two. It is using for higher plants and for microorganisms by using microorganisms. First method is a neighbor seedling method. Another one method is a pot culture experiment. Pot culture experiment, there are various pot culture experiments were conducted giving treatments, no treatment, that is known as a control, and a set of treatment, that is N0, P0, K0, that is a control, N50, K50, P50, that is another one set of pot culture experiments. Then N100, P100, and K100. According to this, we have to assess the availability of nutrients. Another method is field experiment. It is like pot culture experiment. Random treatments are given. First one is a control. Then set of treatments are used and it is repeated. It is known as randomly. That is you have studied in statistics. That is randomized block design, control randomized design. There are various methods. According you have to evaluate this essential nutrients and essential nutrients and available and unavailable nutrients. Then another method is known as a mixture leach techniques. Next method is genie spot culture test. The last method is known as sunflower and leak test technique. It is for availability of boron. We have to test availability of boron, particularly for availability of boron. Last one is known as the indicator plants. There are plants showing deficiency symptoms for particular plants. It is known as the indicator plant. Then next set is categorized by using microorganisms. That is first method is known as a azotobacter. Second one is Aspergillus niger. Third one is a Cunningham plug method. Okay. Okay. Then another method, third method that is known as a visual symptoms method. It is diagnosis of deficiency symptoms of nutrient by visual observation in field. While collecting while collecting deficiency symptom samples, this visual method is widely used. Visual method means showing visual symptoms for deficiency of nitrogen. We have come across the method that is known as yellowing. Leaves of plant turns yellow, and after becoming yellowing, they follow the process of chlorosis, then necrosis, final necrosis. Then another method is known as purling. Purling is twisting of the leaves. Next method is local necrosis. After chlorosis, there is a necrosis, means leaves become dark brown to blackish color and they fall down. That is known as a local necrosis. Stunting. Stunting is another method for stunting is plants get twisted. That is known as a stunting. The technique is that plant expresses through visual growth characteristics a certain symptom that is associated with certain malfunction growth. Usually specific abnormal colors are developed in leaves due to deficiency of plant nutrients. We have studied this in detail, but we have to study what do you mean by fluorescence or yellowing. All leaves may indicate deficiency of nitrogen for mature leaves, that is older leaves. Deficiency symptoms appears on older leaves. And for sulfur, nitrogen or sulfur, it shows the chlorosis. It may also indicate old age, waterlogging or lack of light. It is also due to old. It is also yellowish. Then another symptom, internal chlorosis, is a symptom of deficiency of ferrous, manganese, or sometimes zinc or calcium. So this is term chlorosis. The second is known as purling. Overall dark color with a purple blue opred, that is a common sign of P deficiency. It also occurs in aluminum toxicity, that is known as antagonistic effect. Deficiency of one element causes sufficiency of another element, that is known as a toxicity. Then local necrosis. Margins on leaves show the symptoms of potassium deficiency. And it is also the result from drought or frost. Frost, that is foggy weather. 20. It is sign of all nutrient disorders, particularly zinc deficiency, that is little leaf, or boron deficiency, that is cracking in pomegranate form due to stunting measures. These plants are very sensitive to deficiency of specific plant nutrient and they produce specific symptoms. Thus, deficiency that of element can easily be detected. The indicator plants are the following element. Indicator plants. Nitrogen. For nitrogen, indicator plants are cauliflower and cabbage. Particularly cauliflower and cabbage remarkably show the deficiency symptoms of nitrogen. Rapeseed is another plant which shows deficiency of phosphorus particularly. For potassium, indicator plant used is potato. And again, calcium, there is a cauliflower and cabbage used as an indicator plant. Magnesium, potato is used as an indicator plant. Iron, cauliflower and cabbage and potato is also used for indicator plants for marking deficiency of ferrous. Sodium is for sodium indicator plant is a sugar beet. It is sugar beet is a sodium loving plant which shows deficiency symptoms of sodium efficiently. Again, manganese, sugar beet, oats and potato are the indicator plants. Boron, for boron, sunflower is one of the most indicator plant for marking deficiency of boron. For this, I have collected some references from reference books that are listed below as Soil Fertility Theory and Practice by Conver, then Soil Fertility and Fertilizer by Tisdale and Nelson, then Soil Testing that is given by Banger and G.K. Zende in Journal of Maharashtra Agricultural Sciences. So these are some references fertility evolution. Okay, thank you.